There is no typical in terms of time parameters or how long it takes for a case to resolve. Every case is different. However, there are factors that we need to discuss step by step. For every one of my clients that ask the question, how long will it take for my case to resolve, we start with number one, how long is it going to take for you to resolve your injuries? If your injury is resolved within a month or two, we can collect the data, the medical records, the evidence that we need, submit it to insurance companies, and perhaps settle it within a month or two after that. But you may have an injury that's going to take 6 months or a year to resolve, and we don't want to settle the case before we know how things are going to turn out for you, because once you settle your case and you sign a release, 6 months after that, if your injuries flare up or things get worse or you need a surgery, you cannot reopen your case. You cannot come back and redo the settlement. You cannot get out of the settlement once you've signed a release. So we need to know what your damages are before we go into that. So it may take more time. If we have a claim where there is a dispute over liability, sometimes we can't get the case settled fairly until we get into a lawsuit. Sometimes we have to file a lawsuit early. Sometimes we wait until the injury reaches a point where you're permanent and stationary, and then we file a lawsuit. But every case needs to be considered individually. So it's possible to have a case resolve quickly, gather the information that we need, and get it to an insurance company. But then you have to wait for an insurance company to make an offer. And they're not likely to make their best offer right out of the box. We have to get that offer, we need to consider it, and ask them, why are you making such a low offer? What are the issues that prevent you from paying what we expect, what we demand for our client? And then there's some back and forth discussion about what are these issues that they see. Can we resolve the issues? Perhaps it's an issue of they didn't get enough documentation of the loss of earnings, or maybe they didn't get enough documentation on the future need for future medical care. So these are all factors that we deal with to get the information that the insurance company needs to have to make the correct decision. This is not a case where many people think that you play hide the ball with an insurance company, where you deny them access to data and medical records and you just make a demand and they pay it. We want the insurance company to have good information. We want them to have so much information that they don't know what to do with it. We want them to understand how compelling our client's claim is. So we give them information. If they want more, we get more. Anything that we can do to move the case forward so that the insurance company appreciates the true value of the claim and the nature of the injuries, that's what we're going to do.